STICKERMANIA and Sticker Granddaughter from Louisville, Kentucky, Wednesday, what is it? 10th. July 10th. How's it going today? Hope you not all living in Las Vegas. They've had 115 degrees 5 days in a row. They have to hose people down just to survive. Must be extremely miserable. We had a lot of rain yesterday, but we don't have that extreme heat. Clear off this table, and then I'm going to give you a few notes. These are this amazing set of 1966 disco cases made by Charter Incorporated Industries in New Jersey. Pretty sure it's New Jersey, in 1966. New York City. We got the real rare brown one, and it even has the instruction sticker on the side, and it's got the instruction sheet inside. We got 10 watchers on that already at $888. That is a firm price. We got the purple lilac one, the blue. One of these other ones have a sticker on it, the purple does. Got the olive green. You got the pink one. The yellow. And the most common color, the red one.
I like the pink.
Pretty amazing set that I got on eBay when somebody purchased a whole Beatles collection, and this was the holy grail item.
George Music for All Seasons said hello to all.
How you doing, George, from Music All Seasons? You're the first one to be in, like Steve Park's always the first one on Rachel's Ghost. So that collection I bought, for those disco cases, he said the second best item were these Remco dolls in the box. But I'll give you a little lesson on these Remco boxes. When I got them in, I noticed how they had the same wear line on the top on every one of them, like it was a reproduction box. And then when I opened the pawl from the bottom, it was aged there and pure white inside. I said that didn't make sense, and I knew the plastic was too thick on the. So I have original with the thin plastic. Paul's nose broke a little bit of the plastic, but if you notice inside, it's a different color compared to this pure white. So I knew right away they were reproduction boxes. And I asked for a $400 refund. He gave it to me the next morning and said, sorry, didn't know enough about Beatles memorabilia. So they're all hard body dolls inside. And they even wrote Scott on the bottom of each one like it was from the 60s. But you could tell right away they were reproduction boxes. Made maybe 10, 15 years ago. All right, let's put those away. This is the real one that's 60 years old. Paul McCartney, hard body doll. It's up for sale on my eBay STICKERMANIA 2853 store. Remember, if you see anything I show in these videos you're interested in, you can get a hold of me through my YouTube channel, Mr_STICKERMANIA at yahoo.com. Maybe we can make a deal. Fred did that on my last stream, and he got a hold of my BC13 from 1978 UK with all the laminated covers, and he got a hold of my Stones collection with all the original UK pressings and the underground albums. So we made a deal. He got it in today, and he was thrilled to death. So we made a deal right away after the stream, the next morning after the stream was over, after last Saturday. So there's about 10 people who've got a hold of me through this Yahoo page. That's how to get a hold of me outside of eBay. Mr_STICKERMANIA at yahoo.com.
Fred Wing said, "Hi Frank, thanks for getting my order to me fast and double
Fred.
boxed." I said Fred.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just talked about Fred. Thanks, Fred. Glad you're happy with the order. Me and my son took about an hour packing that up.
Can I finish?
Yes.
He said, "Thanks for getting my order to me fast and double boxed. Arrived safe and sound. Fred."
Thanks a lot, Fred. We've tried to find the best box to put that in. So there was another, somebody else got a hold of me through my Yahoo page on my YouTube, and they were interested in the BC13 also. And they were a little upset they didn't get a hold of it like Fred did. I said, the early bird gets the worm. The early bird gets the worm. So this is the BC13 I just got in yesterday. It's a New Zealand 1980 box. And notice how it has a lift-off top lid. And all the albums say manufactured by EMI, Sydney, Australia, and New Zealand. It says 1978 on that Please Please Me. But they had a 1980 Rarities album in there, so it makes me think it's a 1980 box. That's got a 1980 date on this New Zealand pressing of Rarities. And there we go, the un-airbrushed picture of the butcher cover. Some of these on the early pressings, you can see the false teeth down on the floor, but not on this one here. Some of these are laminated covers. You gotta Let It Be. I guess you would call that an eggshell cover. It's not really laminated. That's what about all these are. They aren't laminated. They aren't as sharp as that last BC13 I had from the United Kingdom. Abbey Road. Yellow Submarine, the White Album from New Zealand. Sgt. Pepper. Don't know if Don Bartley's the one that mastered this pressing of Sgt. Pepper like the Nimbus Supercut. Revolver, pretty sharp cover. Rubber Soul is laminated. Beatles Help, that's laminated. Beatles for Sale, that's not. Then you got the Hard Day's Night with a different color than the UK pressing. With the Beatles, a bit different, and Please Please Me. And notice how it doesn't have the lift off. It's got a different type of box than the regular BC13. That's my new BC13. If you're interested in it, give me a message. All right, some notes here. Holy Grail went off on eBay tonight through Perry Cox. You guys know what it is? A near mint minus condition stereo add back of introducing the Beatles. He says one of the 5 best examples in the world. It was sitting at $4,100 with all day long. And with 2 seconds to go, I bid $8,888 because that's the highest price I've ever sold a stereo add back for. And I got outbid in the last microsecond. Went for $9,000. Pretty amazing. Got a message?
No, I needed to move more back. I kept hitting this.
Can't Buy Me Love, I heard it on the music system at the store today. What a great song. It never ceases to amaze me. Capitol Records was supposed to release Roll Over Beethoven at the time in February of I think it was March of 1964. They were all ready to release Roll Over Beethoven. The Beatles, Brian Epstein says, we got a better song for you to release than Roll Over Beethoven. It's Can't Buy Me Love. And the advance orders were 2 million orders for that one single. So it was already number one before it was ever released on the Billboard charts. And the picture sleeves, they only made a limited pressing on the East Coast, and that's why the picture sleeve in nice conditions worth about $2,000 now. Michael Nolan, a YouTube channel, shouted out today how Paul's bass playing in 1963 ranked as good as any of the other top 10 songs on the charts. That he was so advanced in his bass playing by 1963 on the Please Please Me album. And you know what Paul did when he got to Sgt. Pepper and Abbey Road? He only got better on the bass. Another thing that went off on eBay today, somebody put up a Led Zeppelin 2 Presswell pressing, and they said it was near mint condition. And they showed a video of it, and I could see the scuffs and the small scratches. And I messaged that if you see paper scuffs and small scratches on your record, it's very good plus grading. And before he could respond to my message, he had already sold it for $599. We got 500 shorts now on YouTube. It's pretty amazing. We already posted 500 shorts. On eBay, I have a almost a 13,000 feedback score now. I'm a top rated seller, and I have 1,200 followers on eBay. That gets pretty amazing. I've been on there for 17 years. All right, I'll save the rest of these notes. We'll show some more things.
Yeah.
What's that?
Just give me a round of applause. It is, yeah.
All right. Got another collection of Beatles Christmas singles in yesterday, and this is the rare one. The 1963 United Kingdom, because there weren't too many. That's before they came to the United States. There weren't too many fan club members that got this that belonged to the United Kingdom before they came to the United States. The rarest original Christmas single there is. That's the flexi disc. Try to hold it still there for you. That's a little insert with the 1963 National Newsletter, the official Beatles fan club from London, England. Got a picture of the Beatles with the Queen there on the bottom, and with their Anne and Bettina, their secretaries in London.
Fred asked, where is Sticker Teenager tonight?
Sticker Teenager will be back on Saturday.
He's playing Roblox.
We're going to get him fired up from Saturday. I'm going to try my best.
He'll try.
Some other things I got from that big collection of that big Beatles memorabilia collection. I got this 8-track 1960, about a 68 first issue of a Beatles 8-track on white cartridge, and notice it has a outtake of the Yesterday and Today album. With they were going to have this Yesterday and Today album was going to look like this with the purple, and then it was changed at the last minute to this. This is a second state butcher cover. You probably can't see it. It's got it today, but the V-neck is, you can see Ringo's V-neck there. This is a Los Angeles number 6. West Coast with a real strong glue. And I also got this 4-track tape. If you guys ever heard of a 4-track tape.
Yeah.
mid-60s. It was on this black see-through cartridge. Beatles Help on a 4-track tape made by N.Y.C Stereo Pack in California. Don't remember his first name, but he was the first pioneer of making 4-track tapes to play in the cars. And I also got this from the same seller. This is a promo kit for the Beatles live at the BBC. We tried to find the poster that goes with this, but I'd already sold it. 1993 promo kit for the live at the BBC with the slicks, with the glossy photos. There they are at the British Broadcasting, the BBC. There they are with the, you guys will know that Dave, I don't know if that's David Matthews, he's one of the DJs back in the day in London. There's the early Beatles in Liverpool, I think. Pretty nice. It's got a whole description of the radio sessions, 1962 through 1965 on the BBC.
The Elvis Cup guy said hello, Mr. Stickermania.
How you doing, Elvis Cup guy? We haven't heard from you in a while.
He put cool glasses face.
How's your channel doing? I had a BBC, here it is. It's a sealed CD box set that has Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Beatles Live at the BBC. Supposedly, they're going to be remastering these and having, who's the Lord of the Rings guy that works on all their, did the Get Back movie? Peter Jackson. He's supposedly going to make these BBC tracks sound so much better after he works on the Star Club tapes. Shout out to Concert Buddy, another YouTube channel, Chance from the Chicago area. He did a great video with Mr. Ari Crane a few days ago, who works for Heritage Auctions, and he was all about having the Holy Grail items slabbed, like they show here on a few pictures. I think I might have my second state butcher cover sent away to Video Media Grading and have them grade it and slab it. Thought there were some pictures of albums slabbed in here, but I can't find it. They have a first state butcher cover. Here's a slab of the Led Zeppelin, or of the Leonard Skinner. The band cover is slabbed and graded 9.5 or 8.0.
Everyone like, subscribe, and hit the notification link if you want a free butcher cover.
Talk about butcher cover since you brought it up. I have a real nice second state stereo from the East Coast coming, one of the best I've seen in the last year. That I won in an auction at $2,400, and the seller said that I really got a beauty there. They said I have a good eye when something is really nice. So this is the last stereo butcher cover I peeled. East Coast with the purple banner. It had wear on the back down there. It was a little tough to do that one corner. The one I got coming in is going to be beautiful, though. I'll be scared to even peel it, but we may peel it and show a video of me peeling it. That's a removed trunk slick. So it takes me about 45 minutes to get the trunk slick off. And then I have another layer of glue and paper that I have to get off with the steam and my thumb. And luckily I was able to get this all off with hardly any flaws at all. The stereos are 6 times rarer than the monos. This is a mono I did about a month ago. I'll get it out of here. Comes from the bottom. So I have 2 more butcher covers coming in. They're getting tougher and tougher to find, the East Coast butcher covers. They are disappearing. And this is the West Coast butcher cover, second state. I told you I just got in today. Don't know if you can see that V-neck there, but it's there.
Go up a little bit. Yeah, come in a little. No, go up now. Right about there. It's gonna, I can see it, but I don't know if they can. Let's see if it showed up on the other end.
All right, that was butcher cover time. Besides the one I'm going to give away,
To me.
we're at 1,703 subscribers. We need to get to 2,000 before I give this one away.
Y'all want a free butcher cover?
East Coast number 3 that really had strong glue and was stored in a basement. Tell the difference between that one and this one. Big difference.
That one's cuter.
And it's looks so much vibrant. The colors are like the way they've been buried for 50 years, 60 years, 55, but they're still there.
Is that the one you did?
I did all these.
No, but like, is that the one you're giving away?
Yeah, that's one.
All right, let's put the butcher covers away. They're fragile. Any questions about butcher covers?
Can you give away 2?
No.
You said.
All right, from that same collection, I showed those 8 tracks and the disco cases and the Remco dolls. I got these 2 Look magazines, both with John Lennon on the cover. Which one of these is worth 3 times more than the other? I'm sure you guys know.
Ew, is that a cigarette?
1968 with the Look psychedelic Avedon photos inside. See if I can open it up. It's pretty fragile. There's Paul and George. And we don't want to miss out good old Ringo. The John Lennon one is from the next year. John and Yoko. Lennon and Ono Incorporated. Some more Beatles memorabilia I just got. This was a heavy duty Holy Grail auction. Doubled in price in the last 2 seconds, but I won them. 4 1964 Invicta Plastics, licensed by NIM Enterprises, made in the USA on the backing cards. You got Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, George Harrison.
Yeah, so you went a little too quick on the faces a little bit.
An amazing thing that John Lennon, this is up for sale on my STICKERMANIA 2853 store. I haven't put the other 3 up yet. This one has the original price tag from Woolworths. It was 59 cents.
There you go, right there. Perfect.
All 4 on the original backing cards. Bet you haven't seen that too many times.
Only like a million.
Rolling Stones or Led Zeppelin. I talked about Can't Buy Me Love. There is the sheet music for Can't Buy Me Love. And the Beatles channel just did a survey of their audience of what was the #1 Beatles song, their favorite Beatles song. Guess what won? Hey Jude.
Next Wednesday live stream, could we do a Q&A?
There is no live stream next Wednesday. We're going to do Rachel's Ghost in the afternoon.
What about Saturday?
Saturday, yes. So you got a Hey Jude with 2 different pictures on the cover of sheet music. This one's dated 1068, and this one's dated 169. So this came out 2 months. This one came out 2 months after this one. They changed the picture. And I have, finishing up the Beatles section, I got 3 of these in. The Revolver Target Limited Exclusive with the large t-shirt. We'll have to open one of these up. It's got a real nice Revolver t-shirt, but notice how they misspelled Revolver on the spine. They got R-E-V-O-L-E-R. They made a mistake on all the first pressings of this Revolver box set.
Wait.
It's got the 2022 remix from Giles Martin, and the large t-shirt is in each one of these boxes.
Did you sell the gaming box yet?
Hmm?
The gaming stuff from GameStop?
Oh, GameStop? No, I haven't sold it yet. I got a couple hundred people, but I haven't sold it yet. The GameStop employee launch kit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, a few more notes before we get into Led Zeppelin and Rolling Stones. Talked about Hey Jude being the #1 requested song on the Beatles channel. I heard Take One on a Doll's House underground CD in my car today, and the Beatles, just the 4 Beatles performing Hey Jude by themselves, Take One. You could tell it was going to be a #1 song. It's about 6 minutes on the first take, where the final version was 7 minutes and 11 seconds long. They told Paul, George Martin told Paul, you can't get away with having a 7-minute song on AM radio. And Paul says, watch me. And Paul was right. Came #1, was #1 for like 7 weeks in a row. And the flip side of Hey Jude was Revolution, which a buddy of mine at the store told me today that's one of the first like grungy punk songs that exists, that real heavy version of Revolution that's on the B-side of Hey Jude. Talked about Fred, Ari Crane that was on Concert Buddy. He works for Heritage Auctions. And when I went to the Fest for Beatle fans in Chicago last year, Gary Shroom and Ari had a booth. And I said hi to Gary Shroom a couple times because I recognize him from way back when he did the first appraisal on Antiques Roadshow of a First State butcher cover, and he estimated it was worth $10,000. He was much younger then. But I said hi to Gary twice last year, and he just kind of nodded at me, but he had no idea who I was. All right, Ringo Starr, 84th birthday. They had a big video celebration out in LA of Ringo. Can you imagine? He's 84 years old. And I thought it was pretty neat, the long video they showed. We saw Skylar Moody last year at the Fest for Beatle fans, and she interviewed Ringo for a while in that video and got a hug from him. So way to go, Skylar. I know you're the young generation Beatles fans, but you were right there interviewing Ringo and got a hug from him. You did it. You did something I didn't see anybody else get, a hug from Ringo. Those are most of my Beatle notes.
Where's the rest?
Rolling Stones. I showed all those Rolling Stones albums last week, and Fred bought most of them all. And somebody messaged to me that since Mick Taylor's not in the group, and Bill Wyman's not in the group, and Charlie Watts is gone, that Keith Richards and Mick Jagger and Ronnie Wood are old blues players. And I disagree on that. Mick and Keith wrote those songs. They have a right to perform those songs as long as they want to. I think they're pretty good. 81 years old out there on tour. Chicago, they get better. It seems like every show. Chicago was pretty good. They were in Cleveland, Ohio also, close to me. Rolling Stones. Gimme Shelter. Check out the video of Gimme Shelter where Channel Haynes, the new female background singer on the Rolling Stones tour, belts out Gimme Shelter. She can really do it. She might not be as good as Mary Clayton and Lisa Fisher, but she does a pretty dang good job for a young female. All right, some Rolling Stones albums. Now we'll do a little Led Zeppelin. Got any questions on the Beatles, Rolling Stones, or Led Zeppelin? Shoot me a message. Gonna go through this. These are all my Rolling Stone albums with hype stickers. You got the first one, hype sticker for I Can't Get No Satisfaction. The song that blew it wide open for the Rolling Stones. The next album that came out, the Rolling Stones Now, late 1965, with Heart of Stone and Little Red Rooster. I'm not sure which, let's see the numbers, which one first came out first. 3, 4, 2, 9. This one came out first. So this is mid 1965, and this is late 1965. Little Red Rooster was a big hit in England, but the United States, they didn't think it was worth putting as a single because we didn't understand the lingo of Little Red Rooster.
Fred said Rolling Stones still packing their concerts.
They do. You're right. You're right, Brad. Brad Parnell,
No,
right?
Fred.
No, Fred.
Fred.
Oh, Fred. Yeah, Fred's a Rolling Stones freak.
Is that the people? Oh, no.
Fred's the one that got the big box, the BC-13 Rolling Stones.
No, I was just talking about, are they the ones that have the tongue?
No, that's Kiss.
They have a tongue.
Yeah, that's
The
what I
Rolling
was
Stones.
talking about.
They were the first ones that have a tongue.
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah.
All right, we got a 1966 December's Children with a hype sticker for Get Off My Cloud. 1967 with a hype sticker for Ruby Tuesday. It says, Between the Buttons, the Rolling Stones, including Ruby Tuesday. What a great song that Brian Jones added to before he completely fell off the map. He adds a lot to that song. 1969, Through the Dark Pastly, Big Hits Volume 2, the last photo shoot with Brian Jones down there. And it's got the rare hype sticker for Honky Tonk Women. This is an octagon cover. We got that answer last stream. Pretty rare cover. It's factory sealed. And it's got that hype sticker affixed for Honky Tonk Women. Told you how I didn't have a real true appreciation of the Rolling Stones until I heard Honky Tonk Women. Got a factory sealed 1971 Hot Rocks. That's when Alan Klein was trying to milk the Rolling Stone songs out as much as he could, make money off of them before Mick Jagger didn't want anything more to do with them. Rolling Stones Hot Rocks includes their biggest hits. Remember I showed that Hot Rocks that had the outtakes for Brown Sugar and Wild Horses. I sold that for $159. Sticky Fingers, the one I have with the hype sticker, went out in the mail today. This is a first pressing, 71 of Sticky Fingers from the Atlantic Record Club. Atlantic Record, licensed by the Atlantic Recording Corporation, the Record Club of America. Here's a pretty rare one. Never had this sealed before. Fred might be interested in this. Factory sealed Spain import. If I can get it out of here. Of Sticky Fingers. In Spain, they thought that they couldn't get away with this cover. So what did they do? they made this cover that's probably just as extreme as the zipper cover. Those fingers in that sticky fingers. Looks like it's like a molasses or something. Not sure what that's supposed to be.
I want to see.
Weird cover.
Ew.
Huh. And there they are. You saw my ad I don't have today where they're naked from the waist down for sticky fingers. This is when they had their pants on before they took them off. Exile on Main Street, 1972. It's factory sealed. This is the gatefold cover when they got too many complaints about the Unipack cover. But the most important thing, it has both hype stickers on it. Somebody that had this said it's probably a PR Presswell pressing. Some girls with the recall, the women that didn't want to be on the cover, and the hype sticker for Miss You. Start Me Up on the Rolling Stones' Tattoo You. One of their last great albums, Tattoo You. And this weird one here is called Dirty Work. It's in the factory shrink. And once you took the shrink off, the cover would be completely like a blue cover, but this makes it look completely different. The factory shrink is maroon red. That's my Rolling Stones.
Have you ever had their birthday card, the Beatles?
The birthday card? Oh, you're looking at that book. I've had it before. Sticker Granddaughter's looking through the memorabilia book. Better give a shout out to Terry Crane when you got there. He was pretty nice to me at the Fest for Beatles fans last year.
Shout out to Terry Crane. He wrote this book.
Terry Crane wrote this book and he autographed it for me right there. It says, "To Frank, have a fab and gear day. Terry Crane, 2023 fab." Here's a picture of Terry Crane.
And when he was a child?
Thought I had a picture of Terry Crane in there. Anyway, I told Terry Crane at the Fest for Beatle fans. There he is. There's Terry Crane on the right. There he is with Jeff Osberger. We talked to him at the Fest for Beatle fans. I said, "Terry Crane," I said, "I have a YouTube channel, Mr. STICKERMANIA." He goes, "Yeah, I've been there plenty of times." All right, any more Rolling Stones to show? I have the strange picture sleeve. Here it is. From France. 1970s France EP of Mother's Little Helper. But notice how it still has the tab cut that was supposed to be cut off when you bought it. It says Decca the Rolling Stones, and it's still attached there. I think that's pretty cool. I found that in that Rolling Stones collection, Fred, in the middle of a bunch of albums. I think that is most of my Rolling Stones. A couple more Beatles and Led Zeppelin.
You have their ice cream bar?
Yeah, I've had. There's plenty of ice cream wrappers. A few people have the whole ice cream box. Now's not really the time to look through all of it, but that's okay. All right, here's a pressing from 1964, United Artists, and this is an error mistake. It says the Beatles on the label, but it's supposed to be George Martin and his orchestra. But this was the first pressing, and before they realized it, they had the Beatles on there for Ringo's theme and I Love Her. So that's an error mistake on a 45. That's the original company sleeve. And I got this in today. The first single 45 record ever existed in the world with the Beatles on the label. Early 1963, they sold so many imports of this Polydor that says Monty Bonnie, Tony Sheridan, and the Beat Brothers, they got tired of importing them from Germany, so they pressed them in England. And these were sold in Brian Epstein's record store, N.Y.C's record store in Liverpool. But it actually says Tony Sheridan and the Beatles, My Bonnie. And if you ever heard stereo versions of The Saints or My Bonnie,
Stay right there. There we go. I had to focus for a second.
Paul McCartney's bass playing is even great at that early stage when he was only 19 years old. They really mixed his bass up on these German records. I talked about the introducing the Beatles Holy Grail that went off today from Perry Cox. This is the only original introducing the Beatles I have at the moment. They sell so quick. This is a version 2 with Please Please Me. And it's got the oval label that's harder to find than the bracket label. And it's 45 size. When they ran out of the regular labels, they used the labels for the 45 records on the albums. That's the only introducing the Beatles I had. I told Kevin from Kevin Records I got outbid on the ad back today, and he goes, SH happens.
Shit.
Huh. I didn't say it. I don't know if you can say that. Gotta watch what you say.
All I said, I was asking if that's what you meant. You said SH.
That's abbreviation. Here's a Sgt. Pepper 1967 UK mono. Still cracks when you open that cover. This is the way that John Lennon says you need to hear. Sgt. Pepper in true mono. -1, in the Matrix. How you know you got a 1960s pressing that has to say along the middle, sold in the UK, subject to resale price conditions, see price list. If you don't have that, the record was pressed either before 64 or after 1968. So from 4 years, 64 to 68, all the Parlophone records have that printing in the middle of the label. See if you can get that back in there for me. Here's the psychedelic sleeve for Sgt. Pepper, and the ones in England say made in Great Britain on the bottom. And the thick cutout sheet that was in the first ones, and it also says printed in England down here. Alright, I got one more, two Paul McCartneys to show from Uncle Paul.
Where did they make records the most at?
They made the Capitol records were made in Scranton, New Jersey, or is that Scranton? Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Los Angeles, California, and for a while in Jacksonville, Illinois. There's a lot of pressing plants, but the Capitol records had 3 of them. All right, I got this from Uncle Paul, Paul George.
Your uncle?
He calls me about once a week. Keeps me up to date on everything and what he's selling in his collection. Factory sealed Flaming Pie from 1997 with the hype sticker. Says Flaming Pie featuring The World Tonight and Young Boy from the hit movie Father's Day.
Fred said, Frank, did you order the new Mind Games?
No, I did not order the Mind Games. Mind Games is not one of my favorite solo Beatle albums.
It's on your lease?
I'd rather listen to Imagine or Plastic Ono Band from John Lennon, or even the last album with Starting Over on it. Mind Games not one of my favorite. I like Walls and Bridges a little bit. So we got that factory sealed, and we have a factory sealed from 2014 of New. Paul McCartney, 12 new songs including New and Queenie Eye. 108 180-gram vinyl plus a digital download card. Somebody said the other day they don't put the digital download cards in the new vinyl pressings anymore. So that's factory sealed from 2014, and he also sent me all these. This is a Best Buy's. Includes a collectible photo card set and new album laminate. That's a CD from Best Buy. They don't even sell CDs anymore. That's exclusive from Target.
That's my favorite place.
And this is a DVD, 2 CD, 1 DVD sealed set of new. And he also sent me this Wings Over America CD, if I can find it right here. I'll be curious to play this in the car because it has a bonus CD only available at Best Buy for Live at the Cow Palace with additional live tracks.
N.Y.C 111 said, "New is my all-time favorite McCartney album."
All right. That's his favorite McCartney album?
Yep, all-time favorite.
Wow. He's putting that above Ram, Band on the Run, and McCartney. And McCartney, too. That's saying a lot.
Fred said, "Like your shirt sticker, granddaughter."
All
I
right.
think they meant like.
I sent that way. They call that the liquid. It's liquid pink or something. Liquid. I don't know. It's a special Led Zeppelin shirt that wasn't made very long.
It's cute.
All right. Showed most everything. Led Zeppelin. That's a new little. I guess originally it had batteries in it where it would light up different colors for Paul McCartney.
Oh.
It must be a special little battery that's supposed to be in
You
there.
should have tried it.
Yeah, it takes a special battery. I'd have to look to see if anybody had it.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. It has, look how little the battery is on the bottom.
It's probably like a watch battery or something at the end.
When I got those disco cases, this is something they made in the 70s. A promotion for it. It's not really original 1960s, but it's pretty cool. It says 6 fabulous colors, the Beatles record carrying case, but there were really 7, not 6. $2.65 originally, and now this one is $888. That's a big inflation rate.
By itself?
By itself.
The most valuable one.
Why?
They didn't make very many of them. Abbey Road. Hey Jude, we talked about. And we'll show this Led Zeppelin poster. Here's the Hey Jude I sold today for $140.
That's the Abbey Road.
Laminated cover, first pressing with the misaligned apple. It's got a laminate crease on here. That was bugging a lot of the buyers, but it's still to get a rare pressing of the first pressing ever of the masterpiece album, Abbey Road. The Beatles were pretty much broke up, but Paul said, told George Martin, we're not going to argue, we're going to listen to you. We want to do one great album to go out on. And Abbey Road was it.
You said that was Hey Jude.
Here's a Hey Jude. Here's a Hey Jude Sweden import laminated cover. Showed that before. And it's got the mistake of having paperback writer as 3 words on the label. And it says Revolutions with a S. That was a mistake. I've had this Hey Jude. I have a UK pressing of Hey Jude coming in. And they say that Andrew from Polygram Auction says the UK 1970 pressing import of Hey Jude is the best stereo audiophile pressing that exists in the world of the Hey Jude album. So much better than the United States one. Alright, this goes out in the mail tomorrow. Put that Abbey Road over there. Well, we talked about most of my new things that I got in. Beach Boys, I have Pet Sounds coming. The autographs I have of the Beach Boys is locked up. And Led Zeppelin, let's show this poster. You might have seen this on one of my shorts.
What is your good deed today?
My good deed for the day. At 8 o'clock, an hour before the store was supposed to close up at the grocery business, we locked the indoors for security reasons. I looked over the corner by the donuts and there was 2 carts with $500 of groceries. Somebody must have been in the store collecting stuff, and I started putting it back on the shelf before they realized what happened. They were trying to see if they could get out the indoor with $500 of groceries. That was my good deed for the day. I usually help a handicapped person or somebody in need if they're $20 short, but I didn't do that today. The other day I helped a lady that could hardly get down the ramp out the exit door, and then I loaded all her groceries in her car, and she tried to give me a tip. And I said, no. I said, I don't take tips. I said, I hope somebody helped my mom and dad at the grocery store when they were still alive in their later years. And she said she understood.
I was there for both of them, I think.
Is that a pretty good deed?
Good deed.
You saw me buy that guy a bag of peanuts the other night.
Yeah, he came back today and gave me $1.
It was a little more than $1.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, okay.
Led Zeppelin. 1976, original movie poster for Song Remains the Same. I have a factory sealed coming of Led Zeppelin's first album, and Led Zeppelin's Song Remains the same seller that sold me the promo Physical Graffiti. They had a record store for 35 years, and I sold it for $599. The buyer got it in today and he was real happy. So this is the original poster for Song Remains the Same. You have to have property of National Screen Service Corporation in fine print, and it needs to be numbered down there. It says 76, that's it came out. It was 191 printing of this poster that went out in the United States. Let's see if we can fold that up. See if we can get that. Here's the 8x10 original lobby cards, also from the National Screen Service. I have 2 dream sequences there and there. That's where at the beginning where Peter Grant goes into and they had a machine gun. There's Peter Grant in the movie smoking a cigar.
There's Peter Grant.
There's John Bottom, their great drummer. And John Bottom relaxing on his motorcycle. John Paul Jones on the bass. I don't have a lobby card with Jimmy Page. And Robert Plant and his girlfriend. That goes with the movie poster right there. Shea Stadium. I think I showed this last time. I'll show it one more time. The ticket stub for the biggest rock show, first big rock show of all time, 55,000 people. Shea Stadium, August 15th, 1965. How many empty seats were there at the 1966 show? That's a trivia question for you. There were a lot of empty seats at the 66 show. The tickets stubs for the 66 show aren't worth half of what they are for the 65 show. All right, Led Zeppelin, we got another one of these coming in the mail, The Visual Thing. I think it's called The Visual Thing. You got this when you went to the concerts, a hardback book, and you could buy this at the merch table for Led Zeppelin in 1969. It's called The Visual Thing Incorporated. Jimmy Page right up front. That was his baby. He is a mastermind behind Led Zeppelin. Luckily, Robert Plant started helping him write the songs and the great Stairway to Heaven.
Jack Ryan said, I know it's all valuable, but what's your favorite piece this evening? This evening. Probably that.
What's the favorite piece this evening? Would have to be this.
You think that's over that?
Yeah. I mean this, yeah, I haven't had this in a long time. That's pretty nice. But I have, this is about the second best stereo butcher cover I ever peeled. I'm pretty proud that I'm 70 and a half and still able to peel them that good. Jack Ryan.
He said nice.
Any other questions before we close this out? Friday from FedEx, I have where's my notes? I have a Beatles record player from 1964. I've had 5 or 6 of them in my lifetime. I've sold them everywhere from $4,000 to $7,000. I have one that was in an attic for 50 years in a lady's attic in almost near mint condition, coming from Joe Hilton. Coming in Friday, I'll have it for Saturday's stream. He said last year she had the original box that came in and he sold the box already, so I'm getting a reproduction box, but I've seen that box alone for the Beatles record player go for over $5,000. An empty box that the Beatles record player came in. You can believe that. It has to be one of the most expensive boxes of any memorabilia item that ever existed in the world. And the same seller, Joe Hilton, messaged me today. He had a 1963 Beatles blanket made by Whitney. And it's in near mint condition with the tag on it and everything. And I got it coming on Friday also. Told you about that we're going to be on try to be on Rachel's Ghost channel with the interview next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the following Wednesday, we're trying to get a Zoom interview between me and Mikey Arugula from Joe Mayo's channel, Me and Mr. Mayo's channel. So I'm going to see Joe Mayo and Mikey Arugula at the Fest for Beatle Fans on August 9th and 10th. We got reservations made yesterday for the Hyatt Regency for 2 rooms. It costs quite a lot of money. So I have some other things coming in, but those are the big things. I have a big vinyl collection, all in shrink, coming in that I bought with Kevin from Kevin Records. And it's coming Friday from UPS. I'll show it on Saturday's stream. It'll be pretty nice. Any quick questions to close this out? The Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards aren't just old blues players. They are legends. Mick Jagger is the best frontman ever to be in rock and roll history. You got to respect these 81 and 84 like Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney's turned 82. Got to respect these legends while they're still here on the planet Earth. That's what I say. All right.
We will see you on July 13th, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's Saturday? Saturday night. Next one. It'll be like Rachel Ghost said, it'll be a barn burner. Thanks a lot from Louisville, Kentucky.